Chapter 11, problem number 4. These problems are actually easier. As you go down through Chapter 11, they get easier because they figure now you know how to crunch all those different values so that you can get, they go ahead and give you the SST and the SSA and the SSB, which is really nice. Of course, we could calculate it from these data points, but you will not need these data points in this problem. They gave them to you, but in their sweetness, they also gave you these things, which means you don't really need the data points from here on out. You'll just go ahead and punch in your values and get your answers for all of this. So you're just going to basically follow the formulas that I have here, which are the same as what I did in the previous problem. 392.28. It's just in the previous problem we had to calculate SSA and SSB using our data points, and it was a whole bunch of row and column stuff. It got very tedious. So this is just 52.91, but it's important to go through it and see how those values are actually computed by a software program. Then whenever you get that value, you would plug the SST value in for, you would get this one right here, your total, which is 392.28. They gave you the SSA, the SSB, and to get your error, what you're going to do, oops, I didn't, oh, that's how I was getting my error, because they actually gave me my SST, didn't they? They sure did. So they gave me the SST, and now I was just getting my SSE. Okay, pretty easy. MSA, you're just going to take the SSA that they gave you, divide it by the I minus 1. So I will need to look at what my I and J are for this. So I can look at the data points here, and I can see that I happens to be 4, and J happens to be 5. So in filling out my little form here, your degree of freedom, 3, 4, multiply those together to get your 12, add them together to get your total, and then, I wish I had written it there, just do it like this, okay. SSA, they gave me that, 52.91 over I minus 1, so that's 3, crunch that number, write it in, there she is. SSB over J minus 1, and you'll see you just kind of crunch those as you go. These particular problems, once you get to this point, are really pretty easy. And then even your F values, you know, you just, well, let's just write down what I did. SSB, 61.25 over J minus 1, that's supposed to be a 5, so that would be a 4. MSE, that would be 94.38 over, because I calculated that one, over the I minus 1, so it'd be times 3 times J minus 1 times 4. Crunch that number. The MSA, I get each of those values. That's going to be, oh, I just got that one. Sorry about that. I'm just a little bored. So that's going to be 17.64 over MSE, just writing these down, 7.85, getting these F values. So that's how I got my 2.43. MSB, 61.25. You're just following formulas here, so it's now where you actually have to think. Let's go ahead and write this 7.6, 7.85. Okay. So now where you have to actually think is you have to look at these values and decide which of these hypotheses the null would either be kept or rejected. My HOA, since my test statistic 2.43 is within this 5.95 critical region, I would actually keep the null here. For the HOB, since this F test statistic is greater than the critical region, I would reject this null on this one. And I think their question actually just asked me about the A part, so I didn't have to discuss this part because it wasn't listed in my problem. So anyway, that's it for that one.